Good evening, good morning, good
Hey.
afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the Armoury. Welcome to not just the Armoury. I was just making sure we went on Full Time Sport Network, but we're not. It's all good. We've got Brenny again. Welcome, Brenny. How are you?
I'm good, but tired after four early shifts in a row, and I'm just glad the weekend is free.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, I've got a couple of watch-alongs to do. Obviously, Arsenal are playing at 3:00, which is a bit of a pain for us. We don't actually get the privilege of watching it, but it is what it is. It's going to be an interesting game. Obviously, we did played Villa last weekend. I have to admit, as much as I'd love Martinelli's goal, it annoyed me because I was spot on with the prediction. I had 3-2. He ruined it by going 4-2. But it is what it is. I even said that we'd go down as well. I'd said we'd be losing, but well, never mind. It is what it is. Big up to Tony. Big up. He's off.
Tony.
But obviously, we're going to talk about Leicester. Before we get into Leicester, me and Tony did the stream earlier. Yes, we might have set the time wrong, but we got on there live in the end. Regarding the Europa League, obviously, we've got Sporting Lisbon. How are you feeling about that fixture?
You know what? If we have a strong side in both legs, I think we'll go through.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think what we should do. I think we should have a full strength side because of what I mean. The first game's at home, right? Full strength side, regard.
No,
I think
away.
Is it away first?
Yeah, which is good.
Okay.
We want that. Yeah, we want that.
Yeah. We have to go strong away from home. Get the result. Get a convincing result if we can, because the away goal rules is scrapped indefinitely now, isn't it? So
yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's get a result there and then take them back to the Emirates.
Yeah.
Because it's like I said yesterday. Treat this like treat this as you would the Champions League. Yeah. Because winning breeds confidence, and you don't want to be in a situation where we lose the first leg, and I don't know who we'd have on the weekend on the Sunday, but. You don't want us to go into that game, regardless of it'd be a different lineup. You know what I mean? And so
Right,
that's what we need to do now.
We got Everton midweek, then Bournemouth, then it will be now Sporting Lisbon. I believe it's Fulham.
Okay.
Then it will be the second leg. Then I think it might be Crystal Palace.
Right.
I'm not sure. I think the problem is I have all the fixtures in my phone. I don't just have Arsenal because of what I do. I have every single fixture in the pyramid. So I couldn't really go through my phone and double check this, but I will quickly type it up because I'm interested now. We've got obviously Leicester tomorrow, Everton at home, Bournemouth at home, Sporting Lisbon, Fulham, then Sporting Lisbon again. It says Seymour here. Yeah, then it's Crystal Palace on the 19th, so 3 days after. That's going to be moved, I would have. Hang on, that's the Sunday, isn't it, the 19th?
It'll be Sunday, yeah. So,
yeah.
Haven't we got, I think it's, 4 home games in the next 6? In the league?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of home games. 1, 2, we've now got 5, obviously, with the Sporting Lisbon clash as well. So, so that obviously helps us. We've got a home against Everton, Bournemouth, then Crystal Palace, then Leeds, then we're away to Liverpool on the 9th of April, which will be an interesting one. But yeah, let's talk about the Leicester. Obviously, we, as you know, I always do the previous results. The last 2 visits to King Power, we've won, but then before that, we didn't even get a win for 4 games, and a nice 5-2 back in 2015.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's good. It's a mixed bag. Like, Chris last night, the Leicester fan, obviously was like, I don't remember some of those games, and honestly, he was so funny to talk to. He likes a bit of the banter, and that's brilliant. I love it.
No, it was good last night. It was really good.
Such a funny guy. Had a good chat with him off stream as well. He's just bless him. He tried his best not to swear for me. Bless him. It's not because I don't agree with swearing. It's just that's not the way I. But he's such a lovely guy. So anyway, how are you feeling about the Leicester game? Are you nervous, or you think we can do it with no problem whatsoever?
I'm certainly not nervous. To be honest with you, last week, I mean, I don't really get nervous when it comes, when it comes to games in recent years. When I was younger, I was nervous all the time. But Leicester, you just don't know what Leicester side's going to turn up.
Yeah, Chris said that last night.
Exactly, and that's the you know what I mean. And I'm just echoing what he was saying. It's just one of them. If this was 4 or 5 seasons ago, I would have said we're in for a very, very hard game.
Yeah,
they were a better side they were then than they are now. But I just think you see, the thing is, you know what I'd love to see tomorrow, but you're not going to see it. I know we play our game, but I would love to see a bit of George Graham-esque tomorrow, where someone just keeps James, just keeps him quiet, keep Mr. Morrison quiet. You know what I mean? And that'd be something, because he's key. I don't even know if he's going to be fit to play tomorrow. You know what I mean? Keep him quiet, because it'd just be like when years ago playing David Hillier. What was David Hillier playing? But there was times where he did a marking job on Jan Mulvey back in '91. You know what I mean? When we went to Anfield and won. So it'd be nice sometimes to have that, because you can stop Leicester from playing if you shut him out. You know what I mean? We know what Iheanacho can do. We know what Barnes can do. You know what I mean? And who was it that played last week against Man United? Is it Dewsbury Hall? Yeah. He's still young, isn't he? But I'm not worried. But I mean, I think we can. I mean, I'm sure we'll win tomorrow. It won't be an easy game, because, like I say, with the business end of the season, there's no easy games in the Premier League. We all know that. But yeah, it depends on the Leicester's mood, because if we get a Leicester from 2 weeks ago in their last home game, it'll be a very, very tough game.
Yeah, I spoke to Chris about that, the Tottenham game, because I wanted to know what his reaction to it was, because it shocked me, because Leicester haven't shown any sign of that kind of performance, and even he was shocked. He just didn't know what was going on. The Tottenham didn't turn up, but that's the thing. If we don't turn up, the same can happen to us. We need to keep momentum. We need, like last week we did a preview. There was 9 different teams. To be honest, most of the Armoury let me down, so I had to reach out to other people to get some different ideas, because the whole of the Armoury have pretty much gone for the same team. But I have now got 5 different squads to think of it slightly differently. But I've noticed this when we've lost, we're all tearing our teams apart and changing this, changing that. But now the team's done well against Villa. But I do need to remember the first half was awful. We were very lucky that we weren't more further behind after that first half, because that first half I was doing the watch along. It was painful to watch. But I've noticed that a lot of us, once we do well, don't really make changes. We've made a few. I've got a few people to try and open their minds up a little bit, and they have gone for some interesting lineups. Obviously, there's Thomas Partey issue. I think you guys didn't go for Partey, but as far as I'm aware, there's a chance he could be playing, which would be good for us. And I'm gonna ask you, Brenny, when I put your team up, because obviously you went for Jorginho, but I'm gonna guess. I don't want to assume, but I'm gonna guess that if Partey's fit, you'd pick him over Jorginho.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Yeah. I'll probably say that for everybody that's gone for Jorginho then, because there is a couple of squads that score Jorginho. The other squads have got Partey, but it's not. I don't think it's because they think Jorginho is better than Partey. But what will interest you, and you'll find out soon, someone's gone for both, which I find fascinating, because I think that could actually work with what they've considered. So we'll go into that. But we are going to bring up the first team, and funny enough, it is yours, Brenny, along with Tony, G Talks, James, and Canners. So you've gone for Ramsdale, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Jorginho, but Partey if he's fit, Odegaard, Xhaka, Saka, Nketiah, and Trossard. I'm interested why you have dropped Martinelli.
Well, last week I didn't start Martinelli in my one.
Yeah.
I went for Trossard, and I want to do the same again. I still feel Trossard needs a run of games. I know I didn't see the game last week. I only saw highlights, but I know there was mixed feelings about Trossard's performance before he was substituted. I just feel that Martinelli can do what he did last week, because from what I saw from the highlights, Martinelli was full of energy when he came on.
Yeah,
and as well as scoring the goal, and I feel Martinelli can do the same tomorrow. Especially when he's getting at those tired Leicester legs.
Yeah,
and that's why I went for Trossard again. But who knows? Trossard could do something tomorrow. He's capable. We know what he can do, and that's why I've gone with Trossard. Jorginho, I've gone ahead of him because I personally don't know whether or not Partey would be 100% fit.
Yeah.
So if Partey's on the bench tomorrow, albeit, but you know what, Jorginho, I've got to take my hat off to him, because I did not want him at the club first, because I thought we've had all these Chelsea agents, over the years, and but I've been very, very happy with him, and I'm glad he's at the club. He's part of the Arsenal now, and the last couple of games I've been impressed with him. And I thought against Man City, I thought Jorginho was our best player from what I, from what I saw, in my opinion. And last week I thought he played well as well, capped with that Rocastle-esque goal, as I call it.
Yeah.
Peter Schmeichel will remind you, but so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I've gone with that. And Granit Xhaka, I didn't pick him last week. I picked Zinchenko in midfield and Tierney at left back. But I think after last week, that would have given the lads such a huge, huge lift. I think we're going to see a better performance tomorrow than we will with the Villa game, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, you're the only. This is the only lineup that's actually got Xhaka in it.
Right.
Which doesn't surprise me. I do think he's not been the greatest the last few games, and there is other options. There is other options, and that's the thing. We have got options now. If we feel that maybe he just needs a break, it's not that he's been awful, because he hasn't been awful. He just hasn't been the same that he has been in the start of the season. So I do get why people have dropped him. You are the only lineup with him in. Other people have gone for other options. It is what it is. We've got a squad now. And when you're talking about David Hillier, I was thinking, I'm pretty sure Mo Elneny's our version of him now. He does a job. It's never like, it wasn't a superstar.
No.
But when he came on, he did his job. Never let us down. So that was David Hillier.
He was a very good man marker.
Big up to Luke. Big up to Luca. Hope you're doing well. Let's go into the second squad. This is Mehmet, Miguel's, Carlos, and Nicolas. Now, I spoke to these four, and as you can tell, they're European, so it was a very fun conversation, rather heated as well, because I did say, are you sure you want to put him in the squad? And they were definitely adamant. So I went, okay, it's your squad. So they've gone for Tommy with Saka. They've gone with Tierney with Martinelli, Saliba, Gabriel, Partey, Odegaard, Trossard up front, and Jorginho upside Odegaard. Now, their theory is that he could still do the Xhaka role and probably do it better because of his his special way of passing and seeing a pass and opening defenses. I kind of get it. I kind of like it. And I think being against Leicester, I think if it was at home, I'd be more confident. But being away, I don't know how much of risky that could be. because if it doesn't work, it could really bite us on the bum. What do you think of that one?
For me, Jorginho being a number 4, Partey being a number 8.
Really?
Yeah, it would for me, because I know Partey can play as an 8, as well as a 4, and Jorginho, I mean, he's not one that can run as such, but he's one of them. You know what? As a number 4, he'd be really good as a deep line playmaker as well, especially because he can ping a pass. Martinelli, Tierney, I know they had a great relationship last season on that left-hand side, so that would work for me. Of course, Gabriel and Saliba, not so much Gabriel, but Saliba's gone off the boil a bit. But obviously they're the best 2 centre-back pairing we got. And
you wait till you see the next lineup.
But it wouldn't hurt to see Ben White in the middle. Tomiyasu. I just find Tomiyasu and Saka, even though they played a number of games together last season on that right hand side, I think I've said a few times, Ben White Saka partnership is better for me.
Yes, it is.
My opinion, it's definitely better the way they work well together. Odegaard's a no-brainer. He has to start.
Yes, no one's dropped Odegaard. No one.
No, he has to start. Trossard can play the false 9. He's played there for Brighton. I don't know how many games he played for Brighton there, but as far as I know, he can play the false 9. So it's still a strong lineup, but I would swap Jorginho and Partey.
Yeah, and Luke agrees with you here. Yeah. This is what they wanted. It's their team at the end of the day. I was just making sure.
Yeah.
I was just making sure that they were feeling okay when they were telling me this, but they did sit down and really have a good think about it, and good on them. But the next one is going to surprise a few because they've dropped someone. They've dropped Saliba and brought in Holding. Yeah, this team I do understand as well, and I do understand the Holding. I think it's more the Iheanacho effect.
Yeah,
he's a tough cookie, and Holding does manage to man mark pretty well, to be honest. If we can keep Iheanacho out, Tomiyasu will keep out Harvey Barnes, and Tierney can keep out Tete, who is going to be one heck of a threat because he is a very good player. Then that kind of cancels them out. But what do you think of this one anyway?
Yeah, it's a strong lineup. That's a very strong lineup. That lineup can beat most sides.
Yeah.
So I said Tierney and Tomiyasu, they're proven first team players. So, but like I said again, I rate Tomiyasu, but it's just that partnership with him and Saka. Odegaard, Zinchenko, Partey, that midfield will work, definitely. Especially Zinchenko spends most of his time in centre midfield anyway.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
But
well, exactly, yeah.
But I mean, he's just a wonderful player. Yeah, I'm happy with the front three. Gabriel, happy with. Now, as for Rob Holding, because of the fact we're top of the league, I think if he started tomorrow, I actually think he would have a good game.
Yeah.
But the thing with Rob is that as long as he, like Gabriel, as long as they, if they keep their cool, they'd be fine, regardless of who starts tomorrow, or if I'm sure Holding will play a few games.
Yeah.
Because with him, I look at him, if we win the league this year, I mean, I would love for Holding to get a league medal as well, because I mean, the loyalty shown at the club is just fantastic.
Yeah.
Save himself, did he really?
And a lot of people need to remember, cost £2 million.
Yeah, exactly.
What can you get for £2 million nowadays? Not much.
That's it.
You'd be lucky to get a season ticket. So.
Yep, and you know what I mean. So yeah, it's Holding. Yeah, I think it'd be all right if he was to start tomorrow. I think he'd do a job.
I think Luke's is the next one. Luke was in the chat. He has gone with White and Saka side, so you're happy with that one. Tierney, Martinelli, you're happy with that side again. Obviously, he went for Jorginho, but I'm going to guess, and Luke, you can correct me if you're wrong, but if Partey was fit, I'm pretty sure he'd choose Partey. But as far as we're all concerned, Partey won't be fit. So are you happy with that lineup yourself?
Yeah, very strong lineup. That lineup could win tomorrow. Can get a result. And you've got both partnerships on both flanks work well together.
Yeah,
as well. So and I never mentioned Bukayo Saka's form, but I mean, for me, Reece Weeks for me, it looks like he's in the form of his life. So you know, they'd have. If it is, I'm sure it will be White and Saka tomorrow. I think they'll have a lot of joy in that right hand side tomorrow.
See, this is the thing. What I like about Saka. Sometimes in the game, he does look like he's struggling, but then all of a sudden, he'll just find something, and that's what I like about him. He doesn't just have a bad game. Yeah. He'll have a bad 20 minutes maybe, but then find something and just maybe sometimes I just think maybe he just works something out different in his head. He's like, okay, well, this guy's doing me here. Maybe if I try this, I can do him this way. And I think that's what Saka, and that just shows intelligence as well. And I'd like that.
Definitely.
As
beyond this, he is.
Yeah, as we spoke yesterday, last night, about him hopefully signing a new deal. Worth it for me. It's not crazy money. It's exactly what we should be paying. Now, Jack has basically just gone with Partey. And the difference with this is obviously it's literally because he thinks Partey will be fit. Jack has no acknowledgement whatsoever about this, but Jack just thinks Partey will be fit. So it's no different, really. It's just Jorginho, but obviously it's still a different lineup because other people went for Jorginho.
Yeah.
So those are the squads, which means you know what's coming up.
Oh, yes.
It's the challenge. It is the challenge. And he's going to be up against our wonderful Chris that did the challenge yesterday. And people that didn't know, Chris had to look up the Arsenal squad 5 minutes before the show because he didn't actually know who constantly. He doesn't pay attention to it, and that's fine.
Fair enough. I
know so many people that don't do that. And bless him, he did it 5 minutes before the squad. So, bless him. But he gave it a good go, and I actually do like his squad. But it's Brenny's turn. Here we go. Okay, so Brenny knows it's going to be the home team's formation. Now, Chris is the one that decided this here. We spent a couple of minutes yesterday trying to work out exactly what it is because it is very hard to read Leicester, even for a Leicester fan. So he's gone for 4 at the back, 2 CDMs, 1 centre midfielder, and then a right winger, left winger, striker. So it allows you a little bit more scope today with who you choose. But yes, so 5 Leicester players. Your first one is which one, Brenny?
Is Justin still playing for them? James Justin, is he injured?
It doesn't matter if he is injured. If you like him, you can have him in.
Yeah, I'll put him in.
He's a left back, isn't he? James Justin. Yeah. There he is. Right, so that's your first one. Your second one, please.
It's got to be Morrison.
Madison.
Sorry, Morrison. Madison.
When you said it earlier, I was thinking.
Yeah, I said James Morrison, didn't I? I said no, Madison. Madison.
Yeah.
Get mixed up with another midfield player. I'm probably thinking James Morrison, the actor. Oh yeah. It's all I mean to get names wrong. What's going on? Yeah, it's been a long week, man. Long week.
Yeah, don't worry, I know exactly. I don't know how many streams I've done this week, but it's
I can imagine.
It's a long week. And
it has been.
So many meetings as well behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. But let's get for your third player.
Yes, indeedy.
Well, he does actually play for him, actually, funny enough.
Yeah, I know. I forgot about him. Indeedy, I said. Yeah. Well, that's funny. That's so funny. Kelechi Iheanacho.
Oh, you're giving me that one as well. I've got to remember what I did yesterday. There we go. Haha, it's not easy to start. I got it right today. Right. Fourth player, please.
We'll go for Barnesy.
Barnesy left.
Army Barnes.
Yeah, I like him.
Yeah,
it's good Barnes there. Nice. Your fifth player, please.
Fifth player. Go with Daniel Amate.
Okay, where do you want to put him?
He could be. Yeah, he could be a right back actually, because I think he could play right back and he could play centre back, can't he? So yeah, that as right back.
Funny enough, Chris was talking about him because Amate's played 3 different positions this season for Leicester. Left centre back, he's awful. Right centre back, he's not too bad, but he'd rather see him on right back because that's where he's more natural. So they are your 5 for Leicester. So we're going for Cole Hine in goal, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Right. What centre back pair are we going for? We're going for Saliba and Gabriel?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I think it's the first time I've had the two of them together in this challenge.
Yeah, it probably is actually.
Yeah.
There we go. Right, 2 CDMs.
2 CDMs. I would go Thomas Partey.
Yep.
And Martin Odegaard.
Okay. There we go. Odegaard.
Yeah.
Okay, and your right winger is definitely going to be Marquinhos. Oh no, he plays for Norwich at the moment.
Yep. Reece Nelson. No. Go for it. It's got to be Bukayo Saka.
There we go. Okay, so this is Brenny's challenge. We've got Ramsdale in goal, Amate, Saliba, Gabriel, James Justin, Thomas Partey, Odegaard, James Morrison, as I'm now going to call him forever now because of Brenny, Saka, Barnes, and Iheanacho. And it's, again, not a bad lineup. Not a bad lineup at all. What I will do now is bring up Chris's because Chris went for Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu right back, Harry Souttar, Saliba, the Christensen. I like him, to be fair. Xhaka, Partey, Maddison, Saka on the left, Iheanacho, and Tete. And to be honest, I think I have to give it a 50-50. It's a 50-50 because I think you've done that very, very well because they're both very good squads. I couldn't pick a winner out of those two because I like Christensen. I think he's very good. Yeah. Harry Souttar definitely looks very interesting for the future anyway. James Maddison, everyone know me. I would have had him and Odegaard. It's not a case of one or the other for me. I would have had both because I think they both would have worked. But that's very well done, Brenny. If anyone is
very much.
Please put in your predictions so I can write them down. But Brenny, it's your time. What is your prediction for tomorrow, young man?
It's going to be tomorrow. For last week, I'd say I'm going for 3-1 because we cannot seem to keep a clean sheet at the moment.
Yeah. I have to be honest.
We have to tighten up.
Yeah, I went for 3-2 because I can see James Maddison definitely getting one.
Yes. I
can possibly see us giving away a corner and one of their defenders scoring. But I think, like I said, I've gone for 3-2 again, like I did against Villa. I don't think it's going to be such a struggle as Villa. I hope I'm right about that. If we perform the best that we can, we should come away with that no problems.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
I know Luke has already gone. Oh, Tony's gone for 4-1 to the Arsenal. He's confident this time because he did actually go for a loss against Aston Villa, which I did get. I did get it. But Luke is going to go for 3-0 for everything due to the situation with Stephen Fleetley, which I obviously covered yesterday. All our thoughts and prayers go to his family and himself. So Luke's always going to go for 3-0. Chris went for a 1-1, which I find very interesting. I think there's going to be so many more goals than just the couple, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. Before we do wrap it up, obviously there was a tweet that was put out there today. I know exactly why they've done it, but it needs to be commented on. The Saliba tweet, happy, which is great. Obviously, it needs to be done because there's a bit of.
I never saw that tweet.
Oh, have you not? Oh, it's
no.
I think it is in the WhatsApp group. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So I think it's.
Yeah, I've got to have a catch up with that. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's saying how much he loves the fans and wants to win trophies, which is wonderful. But I do think it's a bit of a smokescreen for the fact the contract talks aren't going so well.
Right.
I think it's just a bit of a smokescreen because I know full well he would love to stay at Arsenal. It's not a case. Of course.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Because he does love it at the Arsenal, and why would you not? You're at the top of the league. The team's performing really well. Big up to Yasin. I have got your 3-0, mate. Thank you ever so much. And you're a Liverpool fan as well, which is even more fascinating. So thank you very much, Yasin Mohammed. Appreciate that. But yeah, once you read the tweet, put it in the Gunslingers what you think. But I just think it's a bit of a smokescreen to say that the contract talks aren't going very well, but it's not down to Saliba. I think it's just the agent. I think there's talk that maybe Paris Saint-Germain might come in for him in the summer. But I think we discussed this yesterday, didn't we, about how much we'd want for him. It's just that I don't like this the football world sometimes when this happens. I just love a player to sign the deal, job done, staying X amount of time. I don't like when contract talks go down because it's to do with money.
Yep. I'm the same.
He's very important to Arsenal right now. So important because I think without him, I know he's not had a great few games, but I think without him, we might have lost those few games. We might have lost against Villa. I know he didn't do brilliantly against Watkins, but he didn't do awful either. But still, he's something different, isn't he?
He is.
He's a progressive centre back.
He's still learning the game.
He's so young, and we haven't had a young centre back that's showed so much promise for so many years. I'm going to go back as far as saying Tony Adams was the last one I can remember of a young age.
Yeah,
with so much. I know we can buy. We've obviously bought some decent centre backs, but someone that's so young, I can't think of any apart from Tony.
Yeah, when Tony Adams was 20 years old, he was, for me, already one of the best centre backs in the old First Division. You know what I mean? And he was a regular then. Yeah, because he became regular, didn't he, in '86? I mean, I know he played a few games under Don Howe, but he wasn't a regular because he wasn't getting ahead of Tommy Caton and David O'Leary, for example, back then. But he was just Mr. Arsenal. It's like I can sit on this stream for the next 2 hours talking about Tony Adams. You know what I mean? But maybe for another time, if we do a history show or something.
Well, exactly. Me and you have been talking about doing quizzes and history stuff because I've got a quiz book in here on Arsenal as well. So we'll definitely do something.
Definitely got to do something. Yeah.
But you've just brought up Don Howe. I've got to talk about his son. His son is obviously playing. His team is facing United at the weekend. So who are you going with? United or Newcastle at the weekend?
Oh yeah, I'm going with United. No, I want to see Newcastle win.
Yeah, I want to see
Newcastle win,
but I think it will be Man United.
It will be. Yeah, United will win. They'll win. But for Newcastle, I mean, it's that they're the one club that other fans have a lot of respect for in terms of the. You watch Newcastle on the TV, or for those that have been to St James's Park. They pack them stadiums out, every other week, I should say. You know what I mean? And the fans they have are loyal. They always through the bad times, even when how many times they got relegated in the last 20 odd years or so.
Yeah.
And even though 30 years, I'll go even back to the old First Division, and they still had the numbers, still had supporting them, and it's one of them clubs you think, it's been over 60 years without a trophy, you know what I mean, yeah. and that's the biggest, got to be one of the biggest trophy droughts, and then Tottenham's next. So it's just wow. It would be nice if they could win something on Sunday. But yeah,
I love the fact we've managed to get another dig in on Tottenham.
Oh God, you know what I mean?
Chris did it yesterday. Chris managed to do it yesterday.
Yeah, I
know. I'm like, this is brilliant.
See, and that's the thing, and the media as well. Just getting on that, the media have never ever got on Newcastle's back about that either. With that trophy drought, the only time the media have ever got on someone's back is us. It's 5 years out of trophy. 6 years, 7 years. And then we obviously 2014 we won the cup. Get on everyone else's back. Get on Tottenham's back. Jeez.
Yeah, exactly. Luke's just coming in with the comments here. Sleeper's agent needs to be told that he works. Trust me, Luke. This agent and player situation really annoys me. I totally understand what you're coming from, but unfortunately, the agents are just horrible human beings. And if you are one, I do apologise, but most of the ones I've ever met are just horrible. They need to do what's best for the player, not themselves.
Well, this is it. I mean, we've had history of that as well, haven't we? With agents. I mean, look at the Anelka brothers. Oh boy.
Yeah. Luke's saying here, going with United 3-0. Do we know who? Yeah, it's going to be Karius. I'll be surprised if it's Gillespie. Obviously, Pope and Dubravka are unable to play. But yeah, I think it's going to be Karius, which just makes me laugh every time I say it. But yes, Karius will be in goal. Spurs aren't relevant enough to be talked about. I know, but it was just, I found it funny that Brenny managed to get a little dig in there, but also Christian yesterday being
he's right though. He is right.
Yeah, they are. Well, it's like 100%. They're being classed as top six. I hate that. How are they even the top six titles?
Do you remember when we were kids? They were part of the Big Five. Remember who the Big Five were when we were kids?
Well, United, Arsenal,
Liverpool, Tottenham and Liverpool. Everton.
Was it Everton?
Yeah, Everton had a couple of league wins, didn't they? And an FA Cup and the Cup wins come back in the 80s. So yeah. Howard Kendall days.
That's it. Yeah. I remember them. Yeah.
So the Big Five.
Yeah. But that brings me back really good memories. Yeah. But guys, I will be back. When am I going to be back? I'm going to be back tomorrow on Full Time Sports Network to do Real Madrid versus Atletico Madrid, Madrid derby for La Liga.
That'd be good.
And on Sunday, I am doing the Viaplay League Cup final between Rangers and Celtic, which would be I look forward to that one. I'm part Scottish, so I have a love for Rangers, so I will be watching that. But it's going to be a good game anyway. It's proper Glasgow derby, but it's a final as well. Brenny, really appreciate you coming on as always.
No, you're welcome, man. You're welcome.
Always
happy to be on.
As for the Armoury, I don't remember what we agreed on reaction. But what I would suggest is turn on your notification bell because you will be told when it's coming up. I think it's probably going to be Sunday, I would have thought. But just keep your notification bells on so you do know. But yes, as always, come on, you Gunners. I will be back on the Armoury next week because we've got Everton on Wednesday, haven't we? So we'll do a preview Monday or Tuesday then. But guys, for now, as always, come on, you Gunners, and see you all very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Up the Arsenal.